All right, Shalom, Akim, Zahar, Spirit, Wind, Judah of the GMS Mississippi Camp, giving all honor and glory to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham, Kakodash. I also want to give double honor to our apostles, the great millstone, Ruel, and peace and blessing to the house of David the elect. All right, so today I want to go into a topic, basically going into, putting the truth first. All right, making sure you prioritize the truth, because the Most High will give you sufferings, and He'll give you deprivations, and then He'll turn around and supply you with what you need. And that's just the nature of the Most High. And you will appreciate certain things that He gives you, whether it's a job, whether it's a woman, whether it's more a different level of comfort. Right? He'll give you those things, and none of those things are evil. It's not evil to have more money. It's not evil to have an attractive woman, man. Those things are not carnal. It's not any of those things. The things that makes it carnal is how you deal with it, man. Because the Most High can give you certain things just to test your integrity, okay, like He did with Job, or He could give you certain things, and then He'll take it from you when He sees that, all right, you're letting this interrupt this truth. Because none of the things that the Most High that gives you is evil. All right, none of those things are evil, but you have to have structure with everything you have, man. Okay. So, and like it says in Sirach, I believe it's the 5th chapter. A gold have been the ruin of many. All right. There's nothing wrong with having money, but money could draw out a certain demon in you, man. Could draw out a certain characteristic. It really is rooted in you're not finished with Babylon, man. See, in order to get delivered, we have to be spiritually through with Babylon, man. Same thing with women, man. In First Ezra, the 4th chapter, it tells you all the things that men do for women, but having a woman is not evil, man. It's just that women draw out a certain characteristic in you, man. All right, and you gonna get very laxed with a woman, and we're not supposed to be in a state of being lax or lackadaisical in this truth, man. Same thing with a job. All right, there's nothing wrong with having a job. There's nothing wrong with making more money or decent money, but if that job is demanding that you have to constantly be away from the brothers or the camp or ministry, and you can't maneuver through that, all right, that's when it's going off. That's when it's, I guess you could say, evil. Going back to Sirach, it's at the 37th chapter. Prove thy soul and thy life, and see what is evil for it. All right, prove thy soul and thy life, and that which is evil for it, give not that unto it. All right, so you have to experience certain things just to prove if it's good or bad. Okay, but a lot of things that brothers have, other brothers might perceive it in a judgmental light. A brother pull up to the camp in a nice car, a Challenger, a Camaro, a Jaguar, and another brother might have a state of mind of, oh, that brother's really worldly. Okay? But that brother might have more faith than you. Or the Most High might not have given you those things, because you might not be pulling up to camp with a Camaro. You might be pulling up to some woman's house on Saturday with that Camaro, with that Challenger. Okay? And if those things change you, then you have to question your own character. If a better car or a decent woman gets you out the truth, that you have a goddamn slave mindset prior to where something shiny can throw you out the truth, all right? Because that's what separates a king from really a peasant, man. I was watching this movie where I think it's called All the King's Horses. I might have the wrong title in my head, but basically it's about an old man that was a billionaire. And long story short, his daughter and his son-in-law moved in with him. His son-in-law was a regular, hard-working, everyday man until he moved in with his father-in-law over there in Europe. And he got exposed to all that money. The only thing he did was became a drug addict. He was a junkie. Regular good guy until he got exposed to his father's money, and he didn't know what to do with excess. All right? It takes a king to really be in this truth, man. Because the Most High can give you knowledge, and knowledge is like money. Wisdom is like money. But a nigga use wisdom and become manipulative with it. He'll manipulate brothers with it, all right? Or it'll puff him up to the point where he has pride. That's not really a king-minded person. Same thing with material things, man. It takes a king to still fear the Most High and have certain possessions, man. All right. A niggard is not gonna put those things under the Most High. These niggas you hear rapping in the song, the reason why they could dedicate a whole album to some bullshit, cause they don't have no God, man. They don't believe in the Most High. All right. Don't believe in the Most High. Material things is the Most High. Physically attractive women is the Most High. Being blessed in Babylon is the Most High, man. All right. So these things are not bad things, but you have to have structure with the things you have. It takes a certain level of maturity to have certain things and still be in the word, man. Still come to count, man. It takes a certain level of fortitude to prioritize doing this work no matter what's going on in your life. It's one thing to endure hardness as a good soldier, as the scriptures say, but you also have to endure pleasures. You have to be able to maneuver when the Most High is, giving you a breather in Babylon, man. All right? Because some people, endurance could drive. Some brothers, catching hell drives them to the word. But what about when you're not catching hell? Can you still use discipline to read the word? Okay? But long story short, the Most High is not against you having certain things, man. But it's when you put those things before him, that's when the Most High becomes jealous, man. All right? But truth be told, man, a lot of brothers or a lot of men that claim to be men of the Lord, or however you want to put it, you might not be in the right spirit, man. And you might be a man of the Lord, but you're not in the right spirit if that's all you're thinking about, man. All right? You got to be patient. The Most High gonna give it to you, man. Seek ye first the kingdom of the Most High and his righteousness, and all these things should be added unto you, man. But we all have to learn patience, man. And I say we because that includes myself. Sometimes things don't go right in my mind. Then I feel bad that I overreacted in my mind. Because I have to remember the Most High is still in control, man. I've had certain things happen where I got upset. Then when I seek the matter, I realized it wasn't what I thought it was. Your imagination could be your worst enemy. Okay? All right? Or I'll give you another quick example. I was doing Postmates, right? Then the order messed up the second time. Then when the order messed up, I got real frustrated. And then, long story short, the order messed up, and it was basically put back on me as though it was my fault. The app wasn't acting how the app pretty much froze up, and I got upset. And then next thing you know, Postmates disabled me from the app. But shortly after that, I got on. They forced me to do another rideshare app, which was Grubhub. And that was way more profitable than some damn Postmates down here in Mississippi. Then I later found out Postmates fell off completely in Mississippi. But that transition had me frustrated. You know what I mean? I look back at it like, man, I kind of got anxious because I'm in the middle of a job and my app froze up. And I still had to complete the job, and I had nobody to communicate with on the app. But hindsight, notice the Most High taking down something that was not as beneficial to me as what he had planned. You know? So, long story short, man, I just had to learn to trust the process, man. All right? And that's real big in this truth, man. The hell you catching or whatever you catching, you have to learn to trust the process and trust that you are in the middle of a molding situation. The Most High is molding your character, man. Because at that particular time, a woman may not have been beneficial to you. All right? This particular job may not have been beneficial to you because it would have knocked your spirit really out of focus of this truth. So the Most High had to go through things to sort of submit you in this truth and solidify you in this truth to where he could give you things and still you maintain yourself in this truth, man. Because most things that you think that are carnal, they're not really bad. It is that it's how you react to it. All right? It's like back in high school. Okay. It's like back in high school, you'll have a part-time job. You have a part-time job, and you spend your whole check on some shoes, man. Or you spend your whole check on some shirts, man. But now as an adult, you prioritize that now. Okay, I gotta pay this bill, pay that bill. If I got some money left over, I might treat myself to what I really like. Because what does it say? All right, what did Apostle Paul say? When I was a child, I thought as a child, I spoke as a child. When I became a man, I put away childish things, man. So one of those things that are childish is really prioritizing material things or prioritizing worldly things and making it your God, man. But it also says in Sirach, 14th chapter, in so many words, that basically enjoy yourself. But you put that under a priority. What's the priority? All right. The priority is what? You work, you pay your bills, you pay your tax, and you treat yourself. Same thing with the things that the Most High give you. Now that you got a woman, you never around her brothers. Nah, you still have to put everything in its proper perspective, man. All right, now that you have a job, you ain't got time to teach. Nah. You tell your supervisor, look, I can't work on Saturdays, or is there a day I could work outside of that? You know, is there any way we could work around that? All right. At the end of the day, the Most High wants to see you put all those things in your flesh like. He wants to see you put that under him. All right. But with that, hope you brothers edified. Till the next time. Shalom.